Tito Jackson is an American singer, guitarist, musician, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist who was born in Gary, Indiana on October 15, 1953. As a member of the Jackson 5, a pop group that included Tito and his brothers Michael, Jermaine, Jackie, and Marlon, he rose to fame. Tito has had a prosperous career in the music business, having released hits like I Want You Back, ABC, and I'll Be There. An estimate of his net worth is $2 million. American singer, guitarist, musician, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist Tito Jackson is well known. As a member of the well-known pop group, the Jackson 5, he became well known. Tito has had a prosperous career in the music business, having written a number of hit songs. An estimate of his net worth is $2 million. Tito's contributions and musical ability have had a long-lasting effect on the business. It is impossible to overestimate Tito Jackson's impact on upcoming musical generations and his contribution to the music industry. Together with his brothers in the Jackson 5, he contributed to the development of pop music with their contagious energy and memorable hits. The group became one of the most adored acts of their era thanks to their distinctive fusion of captivating melodies, stunning dance moves, and soulful vocals that enthralled audiences all over the world. Tito's skill as a guitarist was also a major factor in the Jackson 5's success. Their already lively sound gained depth and style from his melodic and rhythmic playing. His passion and showmanship were evident on stage, showcasing his equally impressive live skills. Even though Tito Jackson's solo career may not have been as successful commercially as it was during his tenure with the Jackson 5, his standing as a performer and musician has not diminished. Many artists who have come after him have been influenced by his love of music, devotion to excellence, and dedication to his craft. Tito's music and legacy will live on, and his influence on the industry will be felt for years to come. Childhood. On October 15, 1953, Tito Jackson, originally known as Toriano Jackson, was born in Gary, Indiana. His parents, Catherine and Joseph Jackson, were both musicians, so he grew up in a musically inclined household. Tito, the third child in a family of 9, had a deep love of music from an early age. Tito's father encouraged him to pursue a career in music after noticing his talent. Tito's success in the industry was made possible by his upbringing in a musical environment and his innate talent. Tito benefited from his large family, which included his siblings, many of whom went on to have prosperous music careers. Michael Jackson, his younger brother, rose to prominence as one of the greatest musicians of all time and a worldwide icon. "You have to be serious about it if you want to be a musician," my father used to say. "You must practice daily and put in a lot of effort." Jackson 5. The Jackson 5, a musical group that Tito Jackson and his brothers founded, rose to prominence as one of the biggest names in the business. Their upbeat performances and catchy songs made them incredibly popular and won over fans all over the world. The Jackson 5 began their career by participating in talent shows and local venues. Motown Records was drawn to their skill and love of music and offered them a recording contract. Their ascent to fame began at this point. The Jackson 5 put out a number of hits that went straight to the top of the charts and became instant classics. Songs like ABC, I Want You Back, and I'll Be There demonstrated their extraordinary talent and enthralled listeners of all ages. They quickly amassed a sizable fan base thanks to the universal appeal of their music. Tito Jackson's independent blues music career. Following his split from the Jackson 5 in 1984, Tito Jackson began a solo career showcasing his skill and love for blues music. 1989 saw Tito release I Gotta Play, his debut solo album, fully embracing his love for the genre. With the album, he was able to hone his unique artistic style and make a name for himself as a blues musician. Tito's solo career flourished as he put out several more albums over the years, all of which showcased his skill as a blues musician. The release of his second album, Under Your Spell, which rose to number 6 on the coveted Billboard 200 chart, was one of his most notable solo accomplishments. Tito's place in the blues community and his reputation as a respected musician were further cemented by this achievement. Tito Jackson has enthralled audiences with his soulful performances and poignant lyrics throughout his solo career. He has been able to carve out a niche for himself in the music industry by showcasing his distinct musical style and storytelling abilities thanks to his dedication to the blues genre. In addition to showcasing his extraordinary talent, Tito's solo pursuits have enabled him to carry on making significant contributions to the music industry. Tito Jackson has experienced both happiness and sorrow in his personal life. Taj, Terrell, and TJ are the three sons he and Dolores Martez Jackson had together when they were first married. Following in their father's musical footsteps, their sons went on to form the R&B musical trio 3T. Regretfully, in 1988, their marriage ended in divorce. Sadly, Dolores Martez was discovered dead in a swimming pool in 1994, and it was subsequently determined that she had been murdered. Tito and his family were severely impacted by this tragic incident, which had a long-lasting effect on their lives. Tito has since remarried, found love again, and is still actively involved in his family's life and musical pursuits in spite of this tragedy. A significant aspect of Tito Jackson's life has always been his close-knit family. Tito was raised in a musical family of 9 children, and several of his siblings, including his younger brother Michael Jackson, achieved considerable success in the music business. Their relationship as brothers and musicians has been crucial in guiding their careers and providing mutual support for the duration of their lives. The talented American singer, guitarist, and songwriter Tito Jackson is estimated to be worth $2 million. His lucrative career spanning multiple decades in the music industry is the main source of his wealth. Tito's financial standing as a reputable figure in the industry has been cemented by his talent, commitment, and contribution to the music industry. In addition to being a member of the illustrious Jackson 5, Tito has pursued a solo blues music career throughout his career. His financial success has come from his solo albums, concerts, and partnerships. In addition, Tito's involvement in a number of business endeavors has increased his net worth. Tito may not have the same wealth as some other Jackson family members, but his contributions to the music business and his creative achievements cannot be undervalued. Fans all across the world are still moved by the legacy he has left behind, both as a solo artist and as a member of the Jackson 5. Assets and financial status of Tito Jackson: profits, royalties from music $500,000. Sales of a solo album totaled $300,000. $700,000 in business ventures and $500,000. The aforementioned table illustrates that a substantial segment of Tito Jackson's net worth originates from music royalties, which encompass the continuous prosperity of the Jackson 5's repertoire. His financial stability has also been aided by the sales of his solo albums, his involvement in business endeavors, and his prudent investment decisions. Tito Jackson is a wealthy man, but he hasn't lost sight of reality. He still supports charitable causes that benefit kids' health, education, and access to music. His commitment to giving back to the community is a reflection of his admirable character and enhances his influence as a compassionate person and an artist. Tito Jackson and the Jackson 5 have received numerous Grammy Awards as recognition. Their well-known songs and performances have won praise from critics and made a lasting impression on the business. The group has gained a devoted following and the respect of their peers thanks to their distinctive fusion of soulful vocals and catchy melodies that have connected with audiences all over the world.